Good evening, Dr. Sambit Patra, RSN Singh, Brigadier B.D. Mishra, Majid Haidri, America Narayanan, Dr. Fuad Alim. But my first question tonight is to Alimuddin Khan. Alimuddin Khan, if Rahul Gandhi disagrees with Sandeep Dikshit, then there are two things. One, he should take action against Sandeep Dikshit. And two, the Congress party can't say that he made a statement in a personal capacity.
See, there are two parts of it, Anandji. First of all, Sandeep Dikshit ji himself said that he could have used better words instead of that word which he used unintentionally.
No, sir, he didn't. He didn't use it unintentionally because we are given to understand he called them. He called the news service provider to give the soundbite. And Mr. Sandeep Dikshit is a parliamentarian, he's a seasoned Congress leader and he's a spokesperson of the Congress party. He is the son of a former three-time Chief Minister of the state of Delhi. So he is no Nausikhiya, sir. अगर उनको पता होता उन्होंने जो बोला है गलत है तो उसी वक्त कह देते इसको अभी डिलीट करो मैं वापस देता हूं साउंड बाइट. कल दिन के 11:30-12 बजे के करीब उन्होंने ये बाइट दी है.
You see, now
Sir, he realizes the words were wrong only today in the morning.
That's what I'm saying. He realized it yesterday only, and he has yesterday only said that.
Yesterday he said, अगर उनको बुरा लगा तो मैं माफी मांगता हूं, but I still stand by my opinion. Yesterday he told Times Now. Yesterday in the evening at 6:45 p.m. I know I was there, sir. When we broke the soundbite around 7 p.m. That's when he said कि अगर उनको बुरा लगा तो मैं माफी मांगता हूं. अगर उनको बुरा लगा तो मैं माफी मांगता हूं, लेकिन I stand by what I said in my opinion against General Rawat. Today he is saying my choice of words was perhaps wrong. My point is, sir, वो जानते थे कि उन्होंने क्या कहा है. They knew exactly what he was saying.
Anand ji, when Congress Vice President Sri Rahul Gandhi ji has himself condemned and he said he asked all politicians not to comment on army, then things is finished.
But Mr. Alimuddin Khan, there are two problems with that. Mr. Alimuddin Khan, there are two problems with that. One, I don't think Rahul Gandhi himself follows that rule about politicizing or not politicizing. It's up to his convenience. जब बोलना है तो खून की दलाली बोल सकते हैं, जब बोलना है तो वन रैंक वन पेंशन और फौजियों के इश्यूज उठा सकते हैं, और जब नहीं करना है तो कहेंगे पॉलिटिसाइज नहीं करना चाहिए. दैट्स इशू नंबर 1. इशू नंबर 2, मिस्टर खान, इशू नंबर 2, ये कब तक चलता रहेगा? दिग्विजय सिंह को जो बोलना है बोल के चले जाएंगे, ये उनका पर्सनल व्यू है. मणिशंकर अय्यर को जो बोलना है करना है करके चले जाएंगे, ये उनका पर्सनल व्यू है. संदीप दीक्षित को जो बोलना है बोल के चले जाएंगे, ये उनका पर्सनल व्यू है. तो कांग्रेस पार्टी में आज व्यू क्या बचा है? अगर हर लीडर से सिर्फ आप डिस्टेंस करके, if you think and the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi believes that they can just keep on distancing themselves from everything that is said and done, then what's left? Will the party not take owner's responsibility for any kind of ideology and standing that it should and its leaders should have today? Alimuddin Khan, two things.
देखिए तानवी जी, अगर आप फिर से वो खून की दलाली की बात करेंगे तो मैं आपसे ये कहूंगा कि 23 अक्टूबर 1947 को जब बड़गांव एयरपोर्ट और श्रीनगर एयरपोर्ट पर मेजर सोमनाथ शर्मा ने अपनी कुर्बानी दी थी उसको खाली कराने के लिए, और लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल देवान रंजीत राय ने वहां पर अपने आप को वार में झोंका था, उन पठानों को वहां से भगाया था. आज कश्मीर हमारे पास नहीं होता. उसके आर्मी के किए हुए
standards. Mr. Khan, I am talking to you about gold standards of Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. Would you want to respond on that?
बीजेपी की नहीं है.
Would you want to respond on that? मैं कांग्रेस के बारे में आपसे पूछूं, जो आपका सवाल बीजेपी से है, बीजेपी से पूछ लेंगे, बीजेपी उसकी जवाबदारी दे देगी.
2017 में आ जाइए. Sorry for that. And Congress Vice President
अलीमुद्दीन खान, आप इतिहास के पन्ने खोलेंगे तो फिर मुझे भी एक पन्ना, वो एक पृष्ठ वो खोलना होगा सर. वो एक पृष्ठ मुझे भी खोलना होगा. मुझे भी अवसर दीजिए कि जहां 700 से ज्यादा रियासतें थी जिनको सरदार पटेल ने संभाला, और एक रियासत थी जिनको जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने संभाला. देखिए आज हम कहां फंसे हैं उसके साथ. और ये खून की दलाली का जो आरोप है वो घूम फिर के कहीं और जाके कहीं और इसी परिवार पे जाके गिरेगा सर।
नेहरू ने किया।
मत खोलिए वो पन्ने, बहुत दुखते हैं इतिहास के वो पृष्ठ, मुझे कभी नहीं भूलेंगे, अविस्मरणीय है वो।
स्टेट्स को इंडियन यूनियन में इंटीग्रेट
किया। संबित पात्रा सर, माय पॉइंट इज वेरी क्लियर सर। मिस्टर संदीप दीक्षित did not make an inadvertent error, and Mr. Rahul Gandhi today, by coming out and standing there and disagreeing with Sandeep Dikshit, has done no big deal. He has not done anything fantastic. He's just trying to show himself as an assertive leader ahead of his perhaps probable elevation to being the Congress president. But the assertion has to come not by saying I disagree with you, but by saying I dismiss you, Sandeep Patra.
Any Congress leader, no Congress leader will cross the line at all.
Mr. Alimuddin, please don't be protective of Sandeep Dikshit ji. Let me answer, Mr. Alimuddin Khan.
Okay, go ahead, Dr. Sandeep Patra.
Mr. Alimuddin Khan, can I answer?
Yeah.
Anand, let me tell you, I have participated in this debate since yesterday, but you have caught the nerve. Let me congratulate you. How did you catch the nerve? You rightly studied the psychology of a spokesperson and what a spokesperson can do. Remember, Mr. Sandeep Dikshit is not just another sadak chap politician. He is an educated politician, a former member of parliament coming from a very elite family in the Congress party. I believe he is probably Stephens educated. He is an educated man. And when you call the news agency to deliver a bite, and when you realize that you have made probably a so-called mistake, when he calls later that it was a mistake, that he has made a mistake by calling the army chief Sadak ke Gunde. And remember, it is so obvious that anyone with right senses would realize that the moment these words escape from the mouth that he or she has made a grave mistake, that very moment the spokesperson would stop and ask the news agency, I have committed a blunder, let's redo it, because this is not the words which should be spoken for a respected personality. That it was not done by an educated former member of parliament, present spokesperson of Congress party, only reveals the fact that this was a design, not an error. And why I call this a design? Because this design's ball was set rolling by none other than the Vice President of Congress Party, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the day he made the remarks, Khoon ki dalali. That day they decided, let's start attacking the Indian army because we have to attack Bharatiya Janata Party. The error was they compared a party with the Indian army. Secondly, Mr. Khan, you can please speak after me. Let's not do this, Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan, don't do that. Mr. Khan, don't do that. Don't interrupt me. Let me complete.
You are a party.
Let me complete. Taking a cue from Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the very next day we saw Sanjay Nirupam conducting a press conference. And what did Sanjay Nirupam do? Sanjay Nirupam said that the Indian army was a liar army, that the DGMO was lying. And this was all across Pakistan's newspaper. Yeah. We had Chidambaram only recently pointing fingers towards the army chief. Let me tell you, Tanvi and Anand, the damage has already been done because Pakistan has already bought this news. Pakistan is so happy. My question is, why do we need Pakistan as an enemy when we have worse enemies within our own territory? Enemies like the Congress party, enemies like
That's
Mr.
a sentiment that even the veterans share tonight. That's a sentiment, Sandeep Patra, that even the veterans share tonight.
Crore Indians.
Sir, and I have the privilege of the august company of one of those veterans who led the protests at Rajghat today. I have Brigadier B.D. Mishra. He's a retired defense, he's a defense analyst. He was also at Rajghat and he's there with us today. Good evening, Brigadier Mishra. Sir, do you agree with Sandeep Patra, or do you agree with the sentiment of the country when they say, when one day after day there just seems to be this concentrated plan, let's just go after the army, let's just target General Bipin Rawat, let's just demoralize the army, let's just tell the army that we as people don't stand with you. Do you get that feeling from these politicians, sir?
Absolutely. And let me clarify one thing. And this nobody has mentioned, probably people are glossing over. Mr. Dikshit, before he made that statement, he used 4 adjectives in Hindi. And adjectives were Sabhyata, Saumyata, Gahrai, or Takat. Anybody who can use these adjectives is well aware of the impact of the word Sadak ke Gunde. Let me tell you that these were not foot in the mouth. These words were not faux pas. He did not put his foot in mouth. Neither it was on the spur of the moment, nor it was inadvertent. It was by design. And that too, using these words against the Chief of the Army Staff, who is one of the best generals that we have today,
yes,
highly decorated, a man who has fought in insurgency context for long period, a man who had carried out a surgical strike in Myanmar, killing so many Naga insurgents. Against that man, and let me tell you one more thing, General Vipin Rawat, his all statements have been so correct, tactically, strategically, and also war conditions, that he is never to be blamed. Secondly, let us understand that there is a war going on. This is not a proxy war. This is not only a low-intensity war. This is a war by Pakistan in all its spheres, in all its contexts.
Brigadier Sahab, sorry, allow me this, sir. Allow me this, and I'm going to bring in Arasan Singh after Brigadier Mishra. I just want, because both of you have served, and I want to understand from you, which of these comments by General Bipin Rawat equated him or likened him to the language used by a Sadak Chhap Gunda? First, he said these are innovative ways, while talking about Major Litul Gogoi, innovative ways used in a dirty war. Second, he said कि अगर they have stones in their hand, अगर इनके हाथ में बंदूकें होती तो मैं इनको बताता कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं. That is the second thing that he has said. Now, these are the two things to which largely a lot of people have taken umbrage to. They believe that this is a language and this is a behavior that doesn't behove of an army chief. Brigadier, do you believe that this is the language of a Sadak Chhap Gunda? Sadak ka Gunda?
You asking me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let me tell you one thing, that these remarks have been used in the same context by the admiral who have been theater commander in American Defense Forces. And what he has said, it is very correct, because he was telling and he was giving a message that, look, we are using minimum force, but army is never operating on minimum force basis. And therefore, he was warning them that, look, we are using minimum force, but this will not last long. And I think this has been very correct statement. And it is correct because he also made a statement. And let me tell you that statement. He said, what do you expect me to say?
Yes.
Do you expect me to say, to tell my Jawans that I will come with Tiranga Jhanda and Tabul for you?
Well,
he
Brigadier,
said, no,
I don't believe,
I will not say that.
Brigadier, I don't think anything that the general said at all would call for such remarks. I don't think anybody in our army deserves such kind of comments, and definitely not coming from a politician. Definitely not coming from a Congress leader. This is the man who's leading our forces today. I just want to add to what Brigadier Mishra, you were telling our viewers. General Rawat was awarded the Sword of Honor when he graduated from the IMA. General Rawat, who Congress leader calls a street thug, has vast experience in high-altitude warfare and counter-insurgency operations. He, in fact, was leading the infantry battalion along the line of actual control in the eastern sector. He's led and commanded a Rashtriya Rifles division as well as an infantry division in Kashmir Valley, a corps in the Eastern Theatre and the Southern Command. He's had 39 years of experience in the army, 39 years of his life, viewers. He's dedicated to this country, to protecting this country. He's been given several awards for gallantry and distinguished service. He's been twice awarded for Force Commander's Commendation while he was serving at United Nations. And he's also gone on a mission to Congo. These are some of the achievements, even if there were no achievements for General Rawat. I don't think, Arasan Singh, any politician has a right to point a finger or to use these kind of words at all.
Let me add two more things, madam.
Yes, Brigadier.
Even he was doing a course as a brigadier in in American army,
yes,
he was assessed as the best student, and they said he is a chief material. And secondly, he has bled on battlefield. He has got wound medal also.
Absolutely.
He has bled on battlefield.
Absolutely.
Sir, and this is the man, Arasan Singh, that somebody like Sandeep Dikshit, and when you list out General Saab's achievements, and then we talk about Sandeep Dikshit, parliamentarian, son of 3-time chief minister, senior Congress leader, ये resume बहुत हल्का लगता है, sir. And I don't know how this person has the temerity to call this person using language like a sadak ka gunda. कोई balance ही नहीं है, sir.
Anand, I don't want to even comment on the professional authenticity of his statements. I mean, you across the the armed forces fraternity, in the world, I mean, nobody can question this professional authenticity. What he has said. What did he say? That things would have been simpler if they had picked up guns. Yes, the rules of engagement would have been clear. Remember that the army is called in when all other forces have failed. And so there has got to be that is the final deterrence, and that final deterrence cannot be defeated by stones. But let's not detract from the main. I mean, I'm a strategic analyst, and please listen to my whatever wisdom I have. Firstly, you are absolutely right that this was not incidental or accidental. I have been, coming on television for far too long to know as to how the INI, approaches or how the ANI is called. The second point, Anand, I have seen this, certain political parties have specialized in the art of using forked tongue. For example, you saw what happened in JNU. There was one segment which of this party which spoke in one tone, the other segment spoke in a different tone. Then you had 26/11. Yes. One politician catered to Pakistan and the jihadi organizations. The others did the other way. And then you had this, one segment backing the Maoists. Fighting the Maoists, and one segment backing Binayak Sen. And imagine, I mean, I don't know why somebody did not take up this as forcefully, as I feel, that the European Commission members were invited to India to watch the trials of Binayak Sen, and after he got bail, do you know what the dispensation did? They said, he is appointed as a member of the health committee. So I can just give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I will not take much time. Look, there is a concerted bid, in last few years of the jihadis and the these leftists coming together and one platform. Because I have read at many places that they say that both jihad and communism are actually anti-imperialists. Now what has happened is that, after the breakup of Soviet Union, most of these communists were up for sale. And thereafter they were bought by anybody and everybody. So therefore what has happened today, what has happened with Sandeep Dikshit and gang are backing both for the jihadis and the Chinese. Let me tell you, there are stakes here in Kashmir, there are stakes here in One Belt, One Road.
Arasan Singh, Fuad Halim has taken great objection to your comments. Yeah, let him respond, please. Yeah.
No, please. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
You want to conduct RSS propaganda,
they are behaving like zombies after India's decisive action in Kashmir, because it is somewhere linked with the Chinese. Remember, all these fellows are batting for Chinese One Belt, One Road.
Arasan Singh, I don't want to go into too many conspiracies. Let's keep it simple. Arasan Singh, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. And the fact is, most netas do this. Most netas take advantage of the army. Most netas politicize army to score some brownie points.
For God's sake, No,
you've made your point. You've made your point.
No,
Let
no,
him respond, please. Let him respond.
give me
We've got some more panelists. We'll go on. You've made your point.
अरे भाई आपको
जी Fuad Halim.
भाई मेरे को 30 seconds दे दो. You don't give me another chance.
Line of left leaders.
अरे मैं आपको समझा रहा हूँ. मैं आपको
and go after the army chief.
मैं आपको समझा रहा हूँ. मैं आपको समझा रहा हूँ. मुझे 30 seconds और दे दीजिए. Don't give me another intervention. Don't give me another intervention.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that here there are people batting.
Fuad Halim, give him 30 seconds. Let him finish his point.
Yeah. Here they are batting for the Chinese, and here the Chinese are going for one belt, one road because they were reclaiming the Chinese civilizational influence. And here, when one organization got 150 countries for a world cultural festival, the same Sandeep Dikshit used the farmers to sabotage that.
Well,
so who is batting for whom?
You have talked about a larger design. Arasan Singh sir, you've talked about a larger design, but I'm coming back to the brass. Yeah, you've talked about a larger design. No, got it. Sir, we got it. So we got it. So we got it absolutely, and that's the reason why you're saying it, because you are drawing the trail. You're drawing the trail. You're saying it was Mohammad Salim who started it. Then you had Prakash Karat, Partha Chatterjee, Brinda Karat, Sandeep Dikshit, and the rest. They were Sir, may I go to Dr. Fuad Halim? He wants to
पहले ये जवाब दीजिए कि
debate.
आप इसको कबूल करते हैं कि नहीं? अगर आप नहीं कबूल करते हैं तो आप स्पष्ट करें.
क्या?
प्लीज डोंट बीट अराउंड द बुश. आप चाइना, वेनेजुएला, प्लीज डोंट डू दिस जगह घूमते हैं, लेकिन हमारे सेना प्रधान ने अपने मुंह से जो शब्दों निकाले हैं उन शब्दों.
What has he said? Fuad Halim, I asked two servicemen. I asked two people serving, two people who have served, two people who know what the terminology is, and what is it that equates him to a sadak ka gunda? What is it that he has said that equates him to a general tire? What is it that 39 years of his service and him serving in active battle and conflict, you have forgotten?
Anand.
Yes, Fuad Halim.
Anand, let me be very clear. I think so on the question of degrading the chief of the Indian Army, the Bharatiya Janata Party should award that Congress party member. Because I think so the Congress party member who has made that comment has done yeoman service to the Bharatiya Janata Party. That's the first thing. The second thing, the members of the Indian Army officers, they have chosen to take a march up to Rajghat. Rajghat is the place where the last political rites were performed on Mahatma Gandhi. And we have seen what language the BJP president has used to describe the Mahatma Gandhi. We know that these types of languages used both by the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Should I read out what
Arasan Singh, hang on. Arasan Singh, please wait. The BJP will respond to this. Let the BJP respond to this, sir. Let the BJP respond to this.
I will respond.
Let the BJP respond to it.
All types of debate on these issues.
Arasan Singh wants to run away. He doesn't want to debate on the core question.
No, sir. The core question. Sir, the core question. The core question. What happens is, sir. What happens is when you have to engage with analysts and panelists like you, we have to read our history well and we have to do our research well. Now, a tiny bit of research that I came across, and I'm sure, sir, if you were to dial the number, a number down south in your own records of one of your own senior comrades, you will tell me, sir, Dr. Fuad Halim, why is it that servicemen have a problem with communists? Servicemen have a problem with communists because communists have a problem with those who show brotherhood with servicemen. Will you tell me, Dr. Fuad Halim, whether this is fact or fiction, that in the 1962 war, there was a comrade of yours who thereafter became the Chief Minister of the state of Kerala. He came out and said that I will donate my blood to my soldier brothers. I am ready to donate my blood. And that person was suspended from the Communist Party. From the erstwhile United Communist Party, he was suspended. You know who that person is, sir? You can dial him and ask him and he will narrate you the entire story. He was V.S. Achyutanandan. That is the history, sir, and that is why the soldiers have a problem with communists and they always come back and talk about 62 and it hurts you. That's what happens, sir. That's what happens. Yes. Now, Sambit Patra, as far as the Rajghat analogy and the comments made about the Mahatma by the BJP president, please rebut the left, and then we'll go to America and Narayanan and Majid Haidari. Thank you for your patience. Coming to you after this. Yes, Sambit Patra. Brigadier Saab, coming to you.
See, let me tell you categorically, today the Congress party and the left parties will try their best to skirt the topic, to run away from the topic, and they would go to every other corner so that they can protect Sandeep Dikshit. But I would not allow them this escape route. Most importantly, this topic needs no research. This topic does not need two sides. It has only one side. We all have to come out and we have to respect the army, and we have to respect the army chief. And let me tell you, I don't want to know how my army chief is, because the one who does not need any kind of defense.
You please accept what Brinda Karat said today. Brinda Karat says army chief Rahul Gandhi will result in controversy because his statements itself are objectionable. He should exercise
restraint. Does the BJP accept? Does the BJP stand as an organization behind the Indian Army chief on his comments?
Don't shout, sir. Sir, don't shout. I did not interject.
Of course the BJP does, and they have said it repeatedly. Fuad Ali, don't try to distract from what the core issue here is. The core issue here is the fact that politicians like Sandeep Dikshit, politicians like Brinda Karat have come out and made comments about the army chief. According to Brinda Karat, he is lowering the level of the post. According to Brinda Karat, what his comments are objectionable, and he must show some self-restraint. Who are politicians? Who are politicians to lecture the chief of a million bravehearts who are protecting us day in, day out, to tell him how to do his job? Who are politicians, Fuad Halim, who are politicians to tell the army chief how to do his job? No one. They don't deserve that. They can't even do their politics right, let alone sit and lecture the army chief. America Narayanan, you've been wanting to make a point. I'm coming across to you as we bring the focus back to what is it that we debated for the second straight day. After Sandeep Dikshit's comments.
Getting a way out of this debate because of the Congress party.
I hope.
The way out of the debate is for all of those leaders to come out and apologize for their comments made and stand with General Bipin Rawat like the rest of the country does. You cannot sit here, no politician can sit here and lecture the general about how the job has to be done. Nobody should be able to do that, Fuad Halim. And I'm going across to America Narayanan now, because the focus of the debate is also Rahul Gandhi and how he has failed the forces. Why can't Rahul Gandhi take action, America Narayanan? Shouldn't he set an example? If he doesn't believe that there should be politics about over army, then why not take an example and set a precedent?
No, absolutely not. We are very categorical. We are...
Right. Now, let's... Time is right now in your thing 10:30. After 30 minutes, of the 30 minutes, 5 minutes were given to the people who say the other side, and 25 minutes was given to the people and the anchor who are abusing and misrepresenting the facts. Number one.
Where did we abuse? Who did we abuse? America Narayanan. You choose your words carefully, sir. You choose your words carefully, sir. Since you've listened to the debate, tell me where have we abused? Tell me where have we abused? You choose your words carefully, Mr. Narayanan. I treat you with a lot of respect, so you please do not disrespect the panelists nor this debate. Don't lower the weight of the debate and don't try and distract us, sir. I'm going to be very respectful, but you please tell me where did we abuse?
This is how you do it.
Where did we abuse?
You do it because you don't.
Where did we abuse?
You call us.
Where did we abuse, Mr. Narayanan? Where did we abuse, Mr. Narayanan?
It's a blunder.
Where did we abuse, Mr. Narayanan? Why? What happened, sir? What happened, sir, when you call the media and you slander the army chief? When your leader calls the media and slanders the army chief, where was your anger? Were you counting the minutes? Did you count the seconds then? Did you count after how long he apologized and after how many hours did Rahul Gandhi respond?
Absolutely not acceptable.
Since you are such a good timekeeper, why don't you tell me? Why don't you tell me, since you're such a good timekeeper? Since you're such a good timekeeper, America Narayanan, tell me what time did Sandeep Dikshit make his comment and what time did Rahul Gandhi come out and say, I disagree with the Congress leader?
There is no reason for you to invite us. There is no reason for you
Well tried, America Narayanan. When the questions are tough, you try and get personal. Well tried. But that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Let's come back to the debate, and I asked you a pertinent question, sir. You are keeping time. Please tell me. Please tell me, did you keep time? Did you keep time on when Sandeep Dikshit said what he said? When Sandeep Dikshit apologized, gave a sham apology, what time and how long after? And how long after Rahul Gandhi reacted? And how long before the Congress party takes action against such leaders?
People who are observing you should be laughing at your style.
Absolutely, sir.
Laughing at your style.
Absolutely, sir.
They are laughing
Absolutely.
at you. Whole nation is laughing at you.
Absolutely.
Whole nation is laughing at the remarks.
Well tried, Mr. Narayanan. Well tried, Mr. Narayanan.
Why don't you take a deep breath?
Tonight, sir, the joke is on you. Tonight, sir, the joke is on you.
Why don't you
Tonight,
take a
sir,
deep
you've
breath?
been caught on the wrong foot. Tonight, sir, you are the one who's keeping the wrong time. Tonight, sir, you are the one who's used the wrong language. Tonight, sir, your party stands to be judged by the people of this country. So tell me very carefully and think about it, Mr. Narayanan, as you have used up your 3 minutes on the debate. Tell me, sir, what is your position? With Sandeep Dikshit, with your party man, or with the army man? Who do you stand with?
10:32. I hope I have until 10:35.
Who do you start with? Once again, the timekeeper forgets to keep time about how his party behaves, but he's keeping time on the Newshour. Thank you very much. Go ahead, sir. You stand with the party man or the army man?
10:33. Let's start.
You start with the party man or the army man?
I am supporting and my party supports the army man.
33.
Army man.
Does party support the army man?
I support
44.
the army
The Congress
man.
has fought.
And our party, Rahul Gandhi. Listen, you said you will have 3 minutes for me. Don't interrupt.
So you used up your 3 minutes. You used up your 3 minutes. You used up your 3 minutes in nonsensical rhetoric and using the language bordering on the lines of what your leader did, after which he came and apologized. So I wonder whether you will do the same, America Narayanan. You did the same, sir. You did the same. You tried to deflect the debate.
And then you talk in Hindi when all the panelists can speak English. However,
so all the panelists can also understand Hindi. I can as well speak in Tamil, but all the panelists don't understand Tamil. But all the panelists can understand Hindi. So can you, Mr. Narayanan. I will use the language that is of this country, that is spoken in this country, and I can use all the languages I know and I can speak in. I will even speak in Marathi if I wish to, with a panelist who understands Marathi. So you got no business talking about that. And since you are listening very carefully, take another 30 seconds. Take another 30 seconds and come back with the time when Sandeep Dikshit made the comment, when Rahul Gandhi reacted to it, and when you have reacted to it. Now let's move on. Mr. Narayanan is not making sense on the Newshour tonight.
Let's come back. Give me a time. Give me a 2 minutes.
Anand.
Give me 2 minutes.
We can't give you 2 minutes anymore, Mr. Narayanan. If you have a specific point to make, you have 30 seconds right now. Please go ahead.
No, allow him at 10:44 because Congress has 44 seats. He should speak at 10:44.
Shamit, wait a minute.
Prime Minister, when people are doing wrong and then other people are illegitimate, did our Prime Minister get that MP out? Number one, even though he was a party MP. Now, he has said very clearly...
he'll talk about the whole wide world except for the one aspect that this debate is all about. Let's move on from Mr. Narayanan. Let him give some... Let him calm down a bit, have a sip of water, sir, collect your thoughts and start keeping time yet again. And let's see if you can keep time about what your Congress party has been doing all this while. Let's move on to Majid Hydari. Majid Hydari, where do you stand on this issue, sir? Do you stand with the party man or the army man? Majid, we can't hear you. You're not audible. Majid, yeah, now you're audible. Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please. You're audible. The mic is... Yeah, now we can hear you. Go ahead, Majid.
You'll give me 30 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead, Majid. Now we can hear you.
Point number one, the kind of language... We need to condemn that. That is point number one. Point number two is that the man who made these utterances, Mr. Dikshit, he has apologized and Rahul Gandhi has condemned. So there is no further way of just beating around the bush.
No, this is
you know how it works in politics. You know how it works in politics, Majid.
Giving me 30 seconds.
Yeah, but you know how it works in politics. I'm coming back to you only. You can make a comment, create a controversy, distract people, make your point, and then turn around hours later, 12 hours later, and apologize
Let me
for
complete
it.
first.
How does that work? Why did he make such comments in the first place? What was going on in his own mind to use such language?
Let me complete first. I said there are 3 points.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
They used all the South Indians are black. Whatever that went on the BJP's, the South Indians are black. That's what the BJP fellow said. What was going on in his mind?
The politicians over what was going on in his mind. Remarks.
Ignore America V. Narayanan for the moment. Can we, Majid, one sec. We have an audio issue with you. Majid, please wait. You're not very...
language in 2014 December.
Yeah, now can we up his audio a bit, please?
Jyoti said that India has to...
Yeah, go ahead now, Majid. Yes, go ahead.
When Sadhvi Jyoti said that India has to be divided about Ramzadeh or Haramzadeh, what kind of language was that? Did BJP condemn that? BJP never condemned that. What about Chatur Bania?
So Sandeep,
BJP has no right to...
Dikshit will abuse.
This is not about language, sir. This is not just about language.
Okay,
there is a bit of a lag, Majid, and a bit of an audio trouble with you, but we've got your point and we'll go across to Shambit Patra to respond to that. Yeah, Shambit.
Tanvi, we have to understand that this is not just the language. The language used by Sandeep Dikshit, that Sadak ke Gunde, yes, it is despicable, it is deplorable, but it is more about the mindset of the Congress party and its leader. The way they have been designing a narrative against the Indian army, against the Indian army chief, that is what has caught the imagination of this country as to why the Congress party is doing this and why the Congress should not apologize. Let me tell you, I mean, Mr. R.S.N. Singh was absolutely right. We have to understand the larger narrative, and the larger narrative is, look, Osama bin Laden was killed by America. Here we have a Digvijay Singh who says that America should not have behaved in this way because Osama ji was a great soul, and then we have the same Digvijay Singh saying that Zakir Hussain was apostle of peace. We have the same Congressman Salman Khurshid saying that Sonia ji did not sleep for 3 nights because in Batla House encounter some terrorists were killed. Then we have the same people being protective of Ishrat Jahan.
Okay, so Shambit, I just want to add in, as you highlight those points and speak about the larger Congress mindset, which is exactly the question I had also asked Kalimuddin Khan. But it's, from the other side, the charge that comes is that even the BJP doesn't hesitate in using the army for its own political purposes. What is it actually on ground that the BJP seems to be doing for our forces? And there are several examples that are quoted when it comes to that, including the fact that when it comes to having these off-the-record, separate outside government talks, even BJP leaders have gone to the valley and spoken to the Pak agents and to Hurriyat. Then what happens to the BJP? Then you also do the same thing as Congress is doing today, which is to distance yourself, Shambit. So are all political parties doing the same?
With all due respect, no, Tanvi, with all due respect, even in the wildest dreams, the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress cannot be compared in this sense. Number one, as far as these charges or allegations that Bharatiya Janata Party...
They may be far ahead in comparison to BJP in politicizing, but the fact is, does everybody do it?
I will answer point by point. Tanvi, you have a point, let me answer that. I'll answer you point. Point, but number one, the allegation that Bharatiya Janata Party is politicizing the Indian army, absolutely no. If a surgical strike happened, if the DGMO conducted a press conference, I as a proud Indian, leave aside which political party I belong to, I can always say, well, yes, my army is capable of a surgical strike and my army conducted a surgical strike. Who stopped Rahul Gandhi also of taking the credit? He also could have said, well, yes, my Indian army conducted a surgical strike. Rather than doing that, he chose to question the ability of the Indian army. The Congress chose to question the Indian army. Remember in 1972,
don't twist the words there, Sandeep Patra. Did Rahul Gandhi question the ability of the Indian army, or did Rahul Gandhi come out and question the government whether or not the surgical... No, who was trying to milk the surgical
What was
strike?
Sanjay Nirupam questioning? Did not Mr. Sanjay Nirupam question
the Dalali charge was made at the BJP.
Did not Mr. Sanjay Nirupam say
the Khoon ki Dalali charge using the army was made at the BJP.
Say that DGMO was lying?
Sandeep Patra, the Khoon ki Dalali charge was made at the BJP. Was made at the BJP using the army. They made it at the BJP saying that the army was being used by the center to do, and the government was doing Khoon ki Dalali. That was what the charge was made. Whether or not it was distasteful, that is another aspect. But the fact was that was the charge.
Let me answer this. Now, remember, I mean, as far as a surgical strike is concerned, it always the Indian army which is at the center, and we have the political backing.
How many soldiers have died after the surgical strike, sir?
Or an attack.
Who will take responsibility for the call to publicize the surgical strike, to make it known to the entire whole wide world, and after that, how many soldiers have we lost? So who will take responsibility for what happened, the escalations that have happened because of the surgical strike? Because sir,
Alimuddin Khan, Tanvi or me, we can take the name of Indian Army and say that, well, we are proud of Indian Army. I'm happy that Indian Army has done this. But that does not mean that we can say that the Indian Army chief is a Sadak Chap Indian Army.
Absolutely.
Agreed. There is no comparison in that.
But the fact is, like you said, let's look at the larger design. Let's look at the larger design. If there is somebody who's trying to push a particular narrative as outlined by the analyst amongst us in RSN Singh, I am asking you, sir, all the politicians,
coming to you, Brigadier.
when it is convenient, you play the politics. You try and play the politics of patriotism. You play politics around patriotism because, sir, when one strike happened, after which how many soldiers died? So what did more strikes happen? Did soldiers stop dying or less soldiers stop dying? Do the soldiers have got all the amenities? Do they have it all that they deserve? Has this government actually done anything beyond lip service? These are questions that will be asked of the BJP as you point fingers at the Congress party for the language and the narrative that they are pushing. Brigadier Mishra wants to come in. Yes, Brigadier Mishra.
Actually, I'm surprised that army operations are being quoted here wrongly and without context. Somebody quoted 1947-48 J&K operations and Major Somnath Sharma, Paramveer Chakra, posthumous, he was quoted. Let me tell you, when on 26th of October 1947, the instrument of accession was brought in at Delhi, that time Field Marshal Manik Shah, then Colonel Manik Shah, as DMO, he was sitting there. And there was vacillation by the Prime Minister to send the Indian Army to Kashmir. Sardar Patel was sitting there and he told Colonel Manik Shah, you have your orders and you go and dispatch army to J&K. And Brigadier L.P. Sen was selected and he was sent. Let us not mistake there. 1962 war, I had participated in that war. I have fought that. Listen.
Sun lijiye Alimuddin Khan.
When you were talking,
Sun lijiye Alimuddin Khan.
When you were talking,
sun lijiye please and then rebut.
When you were talking, I did not interfere.
Brigadier Mishra, complete, sir.
It is a bitter fact. Now, 1962, I have fought in that war, and I was most pained when Communist Party people, they said that Chinese are right in attacking. Now, that was the biggest pain that any Indian Army soldier that time had. Let us not mistake that. And also, Binda Karat, when she says that Army Chief has degraded the Army by saying that he will have women force in military police, I think this is a wonderful idea. And last one I want to mention, that in Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, where the officers are trained after All India competitive examination, the motto of that place is Yuddham Pragya. Yuddham Pragya. Major Gogai, he had actually lived up to that motto, Yuddham Pragya, and he solved a tactical problem without any casualty. It is a great thing. He should have been awarded Ati Vishesh Seva Medal.
Brigadier Mishra making his point. Alimuddin Khan wants to rebut, and then Dr. Fuad Alim and Majid Haidari.
I would like to make one correction.
Yes, Dr. Fuad Alim. Come in, please.
That is the 1962 conflict with China. The position that the Communist Party and a fraction of the Communist Party at that point took, which later on became the CPM, is the foundation on which the ceasefire at this point of time exists between India and China. If you go into the historical records, that is the reason why peace has been re-established.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
Sir, you are not the only one who knows history, sir.
What are you trying to say?
You are not the only one, sir, who knows history.
Dr. Fuad Ali, please calm down. Brigadier, let him make his point.
Enough.
Don't justify.
Okay, Brigadier, please let him finish his point. Dr. Fuad Ali, please calm down.
But today...
Dr. Fuad Ali, please calm down. State your facts. Don't get so sentimental about this.
that foundation, that idea was supported by the Communist Party of India, a fraction within the Communist Party of India, which later split out and formed the CPIM.
Acha, what is happening today? Where do you stand today?
We are trying to explore a solution for the India-China.
Okay, I want to move on from the history. I actually want to move on from the history to the current and what happens tomorrow as a country for us and for political parties with the army. So where do you stand tonight, Dr. Fuad Ali? Shouldn't Rahul Gandhi have taken stricter action? If Rahul Gandhi feels so much for the forces and if Rahul Gandhi felt so much when one rank and one pension was at stake, then why is it that he's letting this go and turning the other way? Why is it that you're all not standing with the chief tonight?
On this debate today, the singular issue that I am concerned with is the character of the Indian Army needs to be protected. There are some changes coming about in the entire structure of the Indian Army and the way it is being oriented. We as a party are very concerned about that.
Right.
We believe there has
let's
to be
let's address that concern.
Sorry, I will have to interfere. Sorry, you mean to say that fiber of Indian Army is being corrected by you? Sorry. I think you are demoralizing the Indian Army. You are questioning the competence of Indian Army officers. What are you talking? What are you talking?
Sir, you tell me one thing.
What is the dilution coming?
Indian Army
Very sad.
For bullets to be used against the Indian army men. Do you accept it? Sir, as a member of the army,
you are wrong.
You are wrong. That is the difference between a soldier and a civilian, Dr. Fuad Ali. What a soldier said, only a soldier can interpret and understand.
Do you accept that comment?
A politician who has never either served or spent time with the armed forces will not understand the language of the soldier, sir. What the soldier said was explained a short while ago. Sir, what? No, Dr. Fuad Ali, please hear me out. What the soldier said and what General Rawat meant. Please hear me out. Dr. Fuad Ali, please hear me out. Dr. Fuad Ali, I'm not arguing, I'm not fighting with you, sir. Please hear me out. Please hear me out. What at the top of this debate, at the start of this debate, please hear me out. At the start of this debate, both RSN Singh and Brigadier Mishra touched upon what Army Chief General Rawat said, and they interpreted it absolutely perfectly, the way the soldier would interpret. RSN Singh came, please hear me, I'm refreshing your memory. I am refreshing your memory. RSN Singh came out and said that what General Rawat meant is that if the other side has bullets, the rules of engagements are clear. If the other side is pelting stones, the rules of engagement are not clear. The rules of engagement are very hazy. The rules of engagement are blurred. That's what the general meant. Because we would have known what we need to do had they had rifles and bullets. He was not encouraging them to pick up arms. He was trying to say the rules of engagement would have been clear had both sides have got firepower. But now one side is pelting stones for the rules of engagement for the other side are blurred. It's as simple as that. The soldier in the midst in this panel twice said that, but the Neta chose to hear not to hear it. For the third time, a civilian is telling you, hope you hear it this time, Dr. Fuad Ali, and don't make that engagement, don't make that argument again. And don't politicize it further, sir. With due respect, Sandeep Patra. Yes, Sandeep Patra, last word, winding up after this.
Yeah. See, first and foremost, I'm saddened. I'm saddened because I believe in a debate like this where the army chief has been abused, there should be only one side. Everyone should have spoken together. Everyone should have supported the credibility of Indian Army. Everyone should have spoken against Rahul Gandhi and the ones who make such kind of defensive statements. But the irony is, we still have two sides. We have people supporting the statement of Sandeep Dikshit. We have people, in fact, in the guise of Sandeep Dikshit's statement, they are trying to say that they are protectors of the character of Indian Army. Who are you to protect the character of Indian Army? Rather, the Indian Army protects all of us. The Indian Army protects the basic democracy of this country.
Okay, we need to start wrapping up. Samit, point taken. I'm sorry, I'll have to cut you off. We need to start wrapping this up. I'll just give 30 seconds to Majid because we couldn't go to him earlier in the debate. Majid, very quickly, please. I really need to wrap up.
Apologies, Majid. We had some audio issues. We couldn't hear you clearly earlier. Now we can hear you clearly. Go ahead, please. Now we can hear you clearly. Go ahead.
I have just one argument by virtue of which law does Mr. Sandeep Patra want Rahul Gandhi to sack or execute Mr. Dikshit?
the law of ethics and the law of a certain level of decorum and morality that politicians need to exercise when they comment about the party. And to set an example and a precedence within his own party, you don't need to have any law, sir. It is discipline.
They can't be unconstitutional.
It is discipline, sir. If you expect the soldier to have some discipline, let the politicians also show some discipline and duty. That's the simple submission. And we are saying across the board. No, we are saying across the board.
Yeah, Sambit Patra cannot maybe perhaps ask for it, but until they set an example within their own party. Your point well taken. This has to be for everyone.
Absolutely.
There is no such clause which will say that this guy should be executed.
That's what, sir. There is no such clause which gives the politician the freedom to abuse a serving army chief. There is no such clause or law which allows anybody to berate a serving army chief and a soldier when you know that they are duty bound and they cannot come out and comment. They cannot react because they don't look at it. They don't look at politics. They look at India. They look at the idea of India. That's what they do. That's what they do. Sir, on that note, we're going to wind up this debate. I thank our panelists for joining us on the Newshour tonight.